Lucy Pearce. Lucy Pearce. So let me introduce you all to Lucy Pearce. And I am so happy to have Lucy on this call. Lucy and I have known each other, I guess, for the better part of a year, closer to 2 years, maybe. Lucy worked with Alexandra on a project a little while ago, and that was when I first really got to know her a little bit more than just a wonderful woman in a course with me. And Lucy is just the essence of creativity and, in some ways, individuality. We'll talk a little bit more about that, perhaps, Lucy. I'd really look forward to this conversation. Lucy lives in Europe, and she's coming in from Europe right here, right now. And it's not been easy for her to be in the course the whole time. It's not been easy for her to check in and be with us the whole time. And so I asked her to join us, and I'm not even sure exactly where she is on the whole grand scheme of things, really to talk forth what her pathway has been over the last 4 months in being a very real and very ongoing member of the True Voice Podcasting Mastermind. So, Lucy, thank you for taking this call. Thank you for coming into the summit. It's a pleasure to see you. How are things going today? What's going on over there in England?
Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm from the UK. I live in a place called Dartmoor, which is a national park in the country. We've had 2 days of wild storms, 90 plus miles an hour winds, and all is well. So that's a little bit about me and where I am and how I am. And then it seems to me these conversations are really about our journey in True Voice podcasting course.
Exactly. So okay. Let's talk first with where you were when we got started, when we first started talking about you coming into the course.
Well, what I thought, having not checked it out thoroughly, so I came in right at the end and I thought, this is where I'm going to learn the technicalities of podcasting. I thought it was a kind of how-to course versus a finding my true voice course. So I began with a different expectation. And then one of the things I discovered very early on is a cultural difference between being British and American. So in America, it seems like people go, wow, that's awesome, that's amazing. And in England, we say, well, that's not too bad. So I came with like a whole world of what was happening here. And then again, the time difference. So the course started, I think, at 9 o'clock, 9:30 my time, and ended 1 a.m. like that. So usually I checked out around 11:30. Initially, so I can, with the enthusiasm of a first timer, I stayed on later at the beginning and got off earlier once I got into the reality of what that took in my day-to-day life. And I have certainly expanded my understanding of what podcasting is. I haven't created my own, I'm not a podcaster. I haven't created a podcast. And that said, I've certainly learned a huge amount from being in the program and feel very appreciative of the community of people that I've gotten to interact with, particularly the pod groups, which happened to kind of in this, I don't know how it is in TVP2, but in TVP1, kind of later on in the course, and to be with Michelle, hello Michelle, and Cheryl and Lynn. Is Lynn the right name? Yeah. I mean, that made all the difference to me. The conversations, however, messy they were and who came and who didn't come, but to be in a little group to actually look together made a lot of difference to me.
Yeah. Thank you. And thank you for your really raw acknowledgement of the course and this idea that you're not, I'll say not yet a podcaster.
Yeah.
And you did have a title that you put together for your podcast, and you did look at some pillars. And what's
Yeah.
the title? Tell us a little bit more about this title and what you found out for yourself.
Well, so what is that I already run an online business called Your Spiritual Self, and I regularly, weekly, write a blog. And one of the things that I may do going forward is, from having listened to one of the experts, so each week we had people coming in giving talks, and one of the people who came and gave a talk said that how he began was simply not interviewing people. He said what there was he wanted to say, and then as time went on, there were people who said, oh, I'm interested in that, and then he started having guests and interviewing people. So that's one of the things that I am interested in doing, is simply providing a bit of content that way. Mm-hmm. So people who are interested in participating can. So I just got distracted from the chat. How you access your spiritual self is www.yourspiritualself.uk. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know what you're looking at, Fred. You'll have to give it to me.
Yeah. So I'm looking at 4 qualities of love, and I'm just wondering.
Oh, great. Okay, yeah, good. Well, yeah. I can talk to that.
Yeah.
So how the blog / potential podcast works is every month there's a theme, and every week we inquire into that theme. So in February, along with the rest of the world, the theme is living, and the theme is always living something. So February is called Living Love, and the podcast for the first week of February was looking at actually what love is and what are the 4 qualities of love. And I particularly studied the work of a Jesuit priest, which is where most of the content comes from. And I found it powerful, moving, and mind-blowing. So it begins with, love has no object. Mm-hmm. And then together you look like, what the hell? I say, I love you, or you love me, or I love my dog. What do you mean it's got no object? Like, love is indiscriminate. Love loves. So the example, if you look like a beautiful tree, who does the tree offer its shade to? It offers its shade to everyone, even the tree cutter that comes to chop it down. So that was the first quality, is love is indiscriminate. And then we go through and look at the other 3 qualities.
Go ahead.
And then at the end of each blog, there's an inquiry question and a little weekly practice. So the inquiry question was, where in your life do you love in order to get something? Where in your life do you love for what you get in return? And where in your life do you love unconditionally? And then we meet. There's an online membership community. We meet for 1 hour every week and share what we saw and what becomes available. It's an intimate space, mainly listening based.
Beautiful.
Thank you. It is. I love it. It's a self-expression.
And are those, is that the second, third, and fourth quality, or is that the second quality that you're speaking of?
So the first is love is indiscriminate.
Right.
The second is love wants nothing in return, which, I mean, all of it blew my mind, really. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The third is love loves loving. It's unself-conscious. It loves to love. That's it. Love loves. You could call it presence. You could call it awareness. Love loves like that. And then the final quality, which also blew me away, is love is freedom. So any moment there's coercion, any moment there's force, love can't be present. They can't exist together.
Awesome.
So that's blog 1 February. And every week I write something.
That's tremendous.
Thank
Have
you.
you been a guest on podcasts?
Only with you and Alexandra and Antoinette.
Yeah.
Like that with the international arts collaboration.
Right. I wonder about the power of you being a guest. I don't know if you saw the keynote speaker, Christine McAllister, yesterday, but this idea of you being a host versus you being a guest, you would be a very powerful guest and get the same message delivered using other people's audience. And, you're so compelling and it's so important. It's such an important message. I invite you to look at guesting as the way to enter this industry.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
I think you'd be a spectacular
I'll do that.
guest. Yeah.
Again?
I think you'd be a spectacular guest over and over and over again. I think that, this message, you don't have to, necessarily, it's not like you would also be a spectacular host, of course, but there's something that got in the way of you being a host so far. And maybe really just being a guest is where the magic is for you.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, let's see. If you had something to say to people like right now, if you were, whatever's coming to mind about anything you've already said or anything I've maybe tweaked in this conversation, and you had an open mic right now and could speak it to the world, your actual true voice. And by the way, you're pretty close to in line with your true voice now. That's what I surmise. What would you say if I gave you the mic and you was opportunity to speak to the whole world right now, like from the podium that reached everyone?
So there are two things. One, you said, first off, what would I say to people who were thinking of being in the course? Did I hear that right?
Okay, we could say thinking of being in the course or thinking of becoming a podcaster, not, so
Great.
something like that.
Okay.
And then the second thought is, what would you say to everyone in the world?
Good. So what I'd say to people thinking of being in the course is take care of the structure for yourself. Like if you're clear it's something you want to do, the course, not be a podcaster, look at the structure. That was pretty much what I didn't do. So I had some things that I was handling in the course, but it's like, yeah, have a clear structure. That's what I'd say. Have I said it enough now? Have a structure.
So you're basically saying to them something like have a clear structure.
That I think it's along those lines.
Okay, good.
Structure's important.
Good.
Plan it. Plan your work. I've heard so many people say it, but don't worry about. Like the initial things I put up was me larking about with friends. That was, and it's fun, So that's what I'd say.
If I gave you the mic for the podium to the universe, the podium to all earthlings, what might you say?
To all earthlings, my goodness me. I'd say something like, let's look. I wouldn't say any of that. I'd say, take the time to take care of yourself, the people around you, and take the time to live life as the human being you are, you want to be. Take the time really to look at what doesn't work and have it be in an inquiry in life, discover life, love the adventure of life, and stand for what matters to you. that the world works, that we take care of each other and the earth in a great way. Something like that. I'd say, think to the next 6 generations. Look wide and look deep. Don't be only in life with your own concerns.
Beautiful, Lucy.
Mm.
I've never asked that question to anyone, so thank you for letting me put you on the spot.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, and we didn't rehearse it. It's a big question, not a bad question, but it's a big question. So I really, really appreciate it. And I just want to acknowledge the authenticity of your voice as you look into the camera and really say what matters to you. And it's kind of like why I really want you in the podcast airwaves one way or another. And if that has you being a guest, it's no less prestigious and no less available to deliver your true voice as a guest as it is to deliver your true voice as a host. And I just want your true voice out there. So I'm so glad that you're here with us today. Thank you for sharing your message with us. Just phenomenal.
Thank you, Fred.
Yeah.
And really thanks everyone. It's like the conversation arises in our convening. So thank you for your leadership, and thank you all.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lucy.